Kaboom! Flash! When shall we three meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain?
Oh, when the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won. That will be the ear, the set of sun.
Where the place?
Upon the heath.
There to meet
Macbeth.
I come, grey Malkin.
Paddock call.
Anon. Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air. Act 1, Scene 1. Know thy text. That's the plan. We are going to memorize as much as we can and understand what it all means, because we are going to do excellently on our externals. So let's join me in breaking down what those witches were talking about. Now, why we set the scene with witches? It first has so many elements of themes and symbols that are being brought in. We see the thunder and the lightning to show that the weather is going to be a consistent theme, because back in those times especially, nature was seen to reflect the quality of the kingdom. So if you had a good king, you were going to have a good harvest and good weather to ensure that. If you had a bad king, bad rain, bad weather, wipes everything out. Okay, so we see a bit of foreshadowing. Very key term here, foreshadowing of what's about to happen, so that there is going to be bad things happening in the kingdom, okay? And then we also see the way in which there's also, I'll get to that, we have to get here first. We see the way in which the witches speak to each other. It's in rhyme. It makes them seem supernatural, be paranormal. It also, like, we think of spells. Like, spells are always rhyming random words, things that don't quite make sense, but, you know, suddenly, poof, magic happens. So we see this scene, and we also think witches bad. Okay, we are thinking, oh, these guys are evil. They're about to do something bad, I think. And they mention the word Macbeth. So how is Macbeth going to be connected to this evil? Okay, and we're going to see that come through. And then it finishes on this beautiful paradox. Okay, it is this fair is foul and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air. So that key quote, fair is foul and foul is fair, it is a chiasmus, so it's a repetition of the same two words over again within the sentence. So fair, A, B, B, A. Fair, foul, foul, fair. But it's also a paradox. So it's these two contradictory ideas that are brought together, and when you see them together, they suddenly, you go, oh wow, that's really deep and meaningful. That actually makes a lot of sense. So there's contradictory of good and evil, and what is good is perceived as evil, and what is evil is perceived as good. Okay, and we're going to be sort of seeing that appearances are not what they seem, and that fog and filthy air goes back. It starts with weather, thunder, lightning, or in rain, and it finishes the scene with weather, talking about fog and filthy air, saying that our perception is going to be clouded. We will not see the deception and that's about to happen. Okay, so it's a really meaningful scene that sets up so much of what the supernatural theme, the weather and nature theme. It also looks at appearances versus reality, which is another key element and concept that's explored within Macbeth. So this scene has it all for us, and we really get drawn in and go, I wonder what's about to happen next. So stay tuned, let's have a look at some other scenes, but that's the end of this first scene, all analysed like that. Thank you, Miss Stret, signing out.